guys? Welcome, everybody. Oh, that's all dirty here. I clean this up. All right. The Cricket RX003, welcome. Happy to have you guys here. A little bit of a different stream. These streams always take forever to set up, but we're finally here. And we're gonna shoot some film tonight. The Cricket, I see you got a question here. Let me go grab all the stuff that I want and need. So, we have here a couple of boards. One is a Duck Viper V3. This is I built with Ada on Saturday night. Then we got this GAF 60 that I had built about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago? Maybe 3 weeks ago now. And I just haven't had the opportunity to shoot it yet. I'm gonna go push this far screen in. I can hardly see much. Hoping my volume is okay. Got my lav microphone, my music on, my co-host Andy, who's on the Discord voice chat.
No, I'm not.
If anybody's having any issues with these levels, let me know. Very glad to be here, however. Started up the stream, and I think I was still on the loading screen when I think OBS crashed. We're back live now. All right, so here's the situation. I can fill a tank. So a tank right here, if it can be seen, can fit 5 rolls of 35mm film. I apparently have one in the form of a disposable. I've never actually done a disposable before, so this is gonna be a new thing to me. I want to shoot, or I have 2 exposures left on this camera here, and I can shoot like another 35 here and a medium format, which is a little under 2 rolls in terms of size. So that's the situation we got going on. Guys, everybody, we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. GMK Alter, yeah, we got GMK Alter. This is Falter right here. Falter is the bad one, I think, right? Koha, how many HHKBs do you have now? That's a good question. Let me check. I could check all right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is my keyboard and photo pantry. I got the dark bag, which we'll use in a bit. A bunch of switches and keycaps right here, and then all the boards are in this angle that you guys can't see. So to answer that question, I got the 2 in front right there, the GAF and the Viper. We got the Polaris that we had built about 6 weeks ago. So that's 3. I have this Alps 64 that I cut a custom plate for to look like an HHKB, so I think that counts. An unbuilt Switch Couture 60 HHKB, that's 5. Another separate Alps custom that I bought off of RMM, which I think was like, it was a series of parts you had to get to sort of build this. So that's 6 so far. An unbuilt Brutal 60. an unbuilt KMAC Happy with blockers. It's a standard with blockers. I have an actual HHKB, and then I have an HHKB BT at Ada's place. So I think that's 10, but that doesn't count some of these other 60s I have. I think I have about 2 more 60s in here. Oh, I also have the D60, so I have 11. And then 2 more fake 60s. Actually 3 more fake 60s. So that's 14. I have 14 so far. So some of them built, some of them not really HHKBs, but they're all there. Volume sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. Part-time fun. Welcome. Nice to have you here. Always cool to have a fellow photo guy in here. I'm sitting here. I mean, it's just like I try to shoot, you know, try to get it all done, but we'll see what we get. There's no guarantee here that the images I'll produce are going to be very, very strong. Do you have any spare Alps keycaps you want to sell? Spares. I have Alps pre-built that I want in some capacity to no longer be in my possession. They're great. I just don't like the layout at all. And they have OEM caps, but they're just not HHKBs. So it's I have a KBP V60 and a KBP V80. So they have Alps mounted keycaps OEM. I love them, but not in my layout. Let's see. Falter was the wrong Pantone. I got the full set, but the seller didn't include the falter. Oh, that's a bummer. 14 is ballin'. We get there's more on the way. More on the way. All right. I'm just trying to kill this. I'm gonna try to kill this the roll that's inside of this T3 right now. So we got the 645 right here. So that's this guy right here. We got the Nikon F6, and then we got a T3 in my hand right now. And part of me just wants to, I think I got all of two exposures left on this roll, so I'm just gonna take pictures. Why the hell not? Let's see. I'm very much a heavy underexposer, which I think is kind of to my detriment. Part of me wishes I weren't. Okay. Very cool. So, we have 2 out of 5 rolls, and we're going to count the 120 as 2 rolls. So, an issue is that I didn't pull these out of the fridge soon enough. We got 2 rolls. One is, I think this is GC. Geez, it goes on forever, doesn't it? We got GC 400 in 35. And then we got Portra 400 in 120. I have historically had issues developing Portra 400, but I mean, I think I've figured out what I was doing wrong for so long, and so we're just going to continue along trying with it. So, yeah. So, my plan here tonight is, the reason I'm doing this right now is because I have this, the Contax 80 millimeter. I think it's the lens that everyone likes for the 645, and I wanted to get these for just sort of these long shots, but then for the F6 I wanted to get some macro shots because I do have a macro lens, and that I feel like I've so seldom run macro on photo film. So let's get the train rolling, yeah? Everybody out there, welcome. It's been hot. It's been hot lately. Just trying to stay hydrated. Also, I don't have a plugged-in keyboard, so I won't be able to type or paste anything or look at much. The keyboards I have out are unplugged. Alrighty. I guess let us... Ooh, it's been a while since I've used this guy. Let's punch this in, yeah? This is a 24 exposure. I've been more interested in getting these 24 exposure rolls. Bitter Seeds, welcome. How's it going? We are shooting some photo film. Trying to shoot some short rolls and then get it in a tank and get it all ready to go. So I'm going to just load up both rolls and make these decisions where we need to. For anyone who's into photos, maybe you guys could help me out. I shoot really primarily for fun and have been for several years now. And I'm guaranteed to not know everything here. So if you guys see me doing anything silly, or if you guys have any tips on what I should be doing, backseating is perfectly allowed and in fact even encouraged. I do have a flash that I don't use very often, so I might go grab that. Just trying to get the 120 film on this reel. We are good. Alrighty. Perfect. Okay, so we have both of these guys in here. I'm gonna go grab this flash off in the distance. And I'm gonna look at it and debate whether or not I know what to do. Typically, in the past, it's like I'd throw this on to my F6, and I've also used it digital before. And it's like in digital you kind of just see what's going on. With film, often I just get freaked out, to be perfectly honest. And then I'd end up, because I was shooting aperture priority for a very long time. So, let's see, this is 400. Gotta reset this ISO. Alright, so I'm going to point this backwards. And I'm going to just try to get shots. Let's hopefully go in order here. Hey! Eno! What's going on, my guy? You know, I threw on a flash here. I don't typically use this flash. I got it like a little while back. And maybe now's the time to learn. Maybe now's the time to learn what the hell I'm doing. So what's cool is that on the F6, this flash just integrates so perfectly. Like it knows and can tell what I'm doing. Like it automatically can see that, like, okay, it knows what focal length I'm at. It knows what aperture I'm at. It can even see that I'm in manual mode. But let's face it, I don't know what I'm doing. I think typically I was using this flash when I was shooting digital, which is just like, I mean, you could always just like sort of like chimp it, but I don't know quite what to do, and it's been a while since I've really shot digital, so it's like I don't really remember anything. Whoa, am I crazy? Like I'm a little crazy here. I'm like locked into like a really like low max shutter speed. Okay. Best way to learn would be probably to chimp it off digital and then translate it to film. That is probably the best choice. Now I have a general problem, which is both my DSLRs are in use right now. This one overhead and this one that's on me. So a little bit of an issue. I mean, I guess like I can just like sort of look here at what the exposure looks like here. I mean, that might be the best course of action, right? Like, I mean, it's like I can see my screen right now. I can see my overhead, and it's like, if this is what it's going to be exposed like, then maybe I can just kind of, you know, piggyback off that from here. Is that right? Because I can see like this overhead right here is, at least from a video standpoint, f8, 2000 ISO, a 60, 1 out of 60 shutter speed. So it's like, I mean, I'd have to just kind of do a little, you know, formulating to figure out the ISO on the film. That exposure is not including the flash. Yeah. That's mirror up without flash. Yeah. So I'm just like, it's like, I wonder, like, should I just guess? All right. Or should I just like not use flash? Yeah, I don't actually own a light meter. I've been meaning to get a light meter for like the last like 2 years, and I just never have. It's a bummer. I just look at like I've just been looking at the cheapest like good light meter on B&H. And it's just like I've just been watching it knowing that it's like $200, and it's just like I just never bought it. I wouldn't guess, especially since you are bouncing the flash. That's true. Would you instead just not use the flash? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The F6 will get you in the ballpark of what the camera thinks is a good exposure if it's reading your metering modes. It just might not look the way you want. That's true. I think, you know what I'll do is like I'll just shoot like everything's okay. And then after that, by that point I'll just figure like, I'm gonna have exposures left at the end of these rolls, and then like I'll just shoot to guess. Maybe we'll do that. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so oh, that makes so much sense. I don't know why that didn't. Okay, okay, all right. Am I crazy here? This metering, the metering on this camera is a little funky. Why do I feel so crazy? Ah, there we go. Okay, so an issue with this here in particular is that because this keyboard specifically is so damn dark, these shutter speeds are going to be pretty gnarly. So I do have one of these like little tripods. Maybe this is like possibly the way to go. And all that said, this is a macro, so it's just like these are going to be shots that are really just for trying to get as close as possible. So as close as I could get is probably a good idea. Now let's take a look in here. I had an extra remote trigger, but I'm struggling a little. Trying to find that. Is this it? Ah, shit, that ain't it. Is this it? Hey, found it. It's like pure luck. Part-time fun. Hey, good luck, dude. Got to split. Have a good night. Hey, thanks for dropping by, man. Always a great pleasure. And Thixus, welcome to the stream. Do matrix metering and go for +1 stop. If you don't have remote control, F1 should have mirror up function. Okay, I found the remote, which is chill. Actually, shit. It's been a long while. I think there's actually... Where is it? I think the remote here is actually different. And I've just totally forgotten. I need to go grab it. There it is. Yeah, okay, there's two other... I've done no shooting. 25 minutes in. So, give me a second here. Quite a bit more to do. Take care of. But we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. There's a few things I gotta knock out. We're gonna do it. Off screen for a second here, but you guys can hear my voice. I talk to myself because I can't actually read what you guys are saying as I'm going through and looking for some of this other stuff. So we got these. I need a plate. There it is. Hey, we got the whole gang. Got the whole gang here. Okay. We got the remote for the contacts. We got the remote for the Nikon. Neither of which I've used in a very long time. This shit, it's like a screw lock, but I feel like I'm struggling. Okay, there, I've screwed it in. Let's get this plate on, and I need like a little iFixit kit. just to make sure that this plate is tightened as much as it can be. Funny thing is, I think I'll have to like switch these plates ever so frequently between cameras, deciding on what I want to shoot. But I might actually on the contacts just shoot by hand, because why the hell not? Alrighty. Is it? It's just not even in the picture right now. That's funny because you just see so much dust on the board as I've been using it for the last couple weeks. Yo, the cricket. See that? Take care of that soon. Okay. So the question is, how do I change to matrix metering on an F6? Alright. Metering, exposures, center weight. It's weird. I'm in the I'm in the metering menu and none of this like sounds intuitive. But the other funny thing is, okay, it might not even be what I'm looking for. Okay. So is matrix metering, shit, I don't know what these icons even are. Fuck, I should like read the manual. I see what I'm doing, but I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. How about this? Okay. Question is, which of these guys looks like matrix metering? So this one's a bunch of dots. One with a solid rectangle. So this is the one where there's all these little dots. So this guy right here is a giant rectangle. And then on the screen, it ends up being a bunch of dots. This one right here is a diamond. Wait, what the shit? Hold up. Give me a second. That's focus? Oh shit, you're right. You're totally right. Those are just focus options. Shit. Metering control should be near the viewfinder. Is it this guy? Whoa! Holy smokes! Getting bombarded here by a bunch of these these nice, friendly human beings. I don't think I have any mods in here right now. Hey, with that said, shouts out to my good friends. QMRG 5M6KC3, CJ Archie 0587, FL789456 and PQTADIJA, PQ Tadija 5546, my best friends in the world. All right. Oh shit, what the fuck? Stop that. This shit locked. It was on lock mode. It was fucking remote. Alright, let's go +1. Oh, good shit. Okay. So, we're gonna try that again. +1, and is no longer locked. There we go. All right. Let's try another quick one. All right. All right. Oh, an issue is I don't actually throw on any artisans on these keyboards. That's probably a huge problem, right? Gotta get some artisans on here. Where's my key puller? There it is. Potential issue. What should we throw on there? I guess we could put the craziness, the thing that people go all crazy over. Should I bracket? I feel like one thing I seldom do is bracket, but it's also just that, like, if I'm going +1 on film. Oh shit, this isn't even portrait though. So I don't know if I'm gonna get that kind of like exposure latitude. It's just GC400. I have portrait in the medium format camera, so like that'll be good for that. I gotta turn off autofocus on here. And pictures. I've contemplated about getting a photo set if I can, but then I convince myself every time that a free coffee table, the great outdoors, and natural light is better. Different strokes for different folks. That's what I think. Everyone's everyone's got their own things. It's I recognize like the biggest. I think the biggest thing is like, well, you're right. It's like there's that investment and there's kind of just that startup. If you want, sure do one stop bracket or half stop. Fuck it, let's do it. All right, I shot the same photos. Like, I think I shot like, I put in like 9 exposures and it's like the same 2 shots. All right, I'm realizing I got a lot of weaknesses in this setup. I could get more crazy angles here if I set it up like this. Getting closer there. But good lord, is there so much dust. If you get so close, if you get close, so close that you don't get much of the white table, you probably wouldn't need to do +1. That's true. Instead, might want to do -1 or -1/2. Oh. You know, let's just go down to 0. I'm like worried about this like tipping over. I'm not gonna lie. Should I just hold it down with my hands? Yeah, do bracket 0, 0, -1, half, and -1 if you got some film to burn. I mean, all of this is film to burn. You guys, I don't think you guys understand here. I'll show my film chest in a little bit. I have more film than any hobbyist needs. So all of it is film to burn. Thinking about taking pics of all my desk mats just because I want to keep posting on Instagram. The idea of content creation is so crazy sometimes. I need to grab like a little blower, but I'm also gonna not have this be positioned like this while I'm gone. I'm just too worried about that. Yeah, it's I see what you're saying in terms of keeping continuous content just like going. And I can see why. It's like, yeah, if you got like a big collection of stuff, like I think that the idea of just like being able to share, you know, I think just in general sharing collections is like, it's something that anyone can do, provided that you have collections to begin with. All right. I am going to mute every time I blow this just because this is loud as shit. So give me a second. All right, we are back. LMAO, I'm literally starting out at like a shelf of 25 or so of these suckers, and like, damn, I should post these guys up somewhere. Hoarding, man. Serious business. Hoarding is. All right, that helped. That did help. So, next thing I want to do is let's shoot some without the keycaps on. I have no idea how well in focus this is. Like the actual overhead. All right. Now here's my question. You guys all know what keyboard switches look like. I know that there's this idea that when shooting photos of people, it's like there's a general sense of like try to get their eyes in focus. Green Its, thank you for the follow. Green ITs. I know there's this idea of keeping like a person's eyes in focus. Now here I'm shooting a keyboard. What's the focal point? Is it the name on the switch housing? Or is it the tip of the stem? Or is it like the sort of base of the stem that's on the same level as the top of the housing? I don't know. I don't know what to shoot. Where should I focus? Say either the name or the tip. Okay. Why not both? Let's do both. Part of me is just like, I'll just go 0 exposure just because I still have the other keyboard to shoot, so. I unfortunately did something stupid, which was just burn all the film at the very beginning because this shit was on lock. Same with, you know, different angles other than those two. If you just have one lonely switch. All right. I'm just gonna throw it upside down so I can get the gaff labeling here. Well, that's sad. There's a shitload of fingerprints on here. Very fingerprinty. But you know what? Maybe the fingerprints are like part of the character, you know? Maybe. I mean, to be perfectly honest, my original intent was to burn the film so that I could feel better about the tank that I'm going to develop. But now it's become more serious about shooting this, which is a little bit removed from the original intent of all of this. Right now, I'm literally just getting 2 Fs and a dot on this macro lens. You know, a hilarious thing, I actually found boxes measuring 36 by 16, 900 by 400 decimass measure 50. Wow, perfect. So do you just throw them all in the box? I got an interesting story about boxes myself, to be perfectly honest. I've been looking for custom boxes that fit like HHKB sized boards, like as perfectly as possible. Uline doesn't have any. I ended up buying these. They're basically pizza boxes. They're like flatbread boxes. Check this out. Straight up looks like this. I'm gonna move this guy out of the way. Look at this. It's just a straight up pizza box. Now, the thing is, even this doesn't hold it perfectly, so it's just kind of sliding around. So I ended up finding these like locking tab boxes on a site. Fuck, I forgot the exact name. I literally just bought from it yesterday. A site called Eco something. Man, no, I'm way too curious. I don't even know where I put my phone. All right, you know what? I feel like let's kind of just skip along. I've been working on this gaff for some time here. I want to go to the macros of the Viper now. This ain't Monster Hunter. Mark, welcome.
Jesus Christ, we love you, God!
Oh, I never opened that pack. All right. We're gonna finish this roll of film because I want to get this off of this stand. We're gonna finish this roll of film, and then before we go onto the 645 shots, I'll open that package. Yo, when are you gonna let me buy some juicy keyboards from you? It's like, well, I got some. I have some pre-builts. I love them. I just don't know how many people out there would love them. But yeah, I got stuff that I am happy to just move at some point. Bro, please. The thing is, whoa, my gosh. That was unsafe. My goodness. We're good. Whew. Catching me embarrassing myself here. All right. That's a problem here with this setup. I'm just like keeping this all set. Keyboard yeet test when? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure when that'll happen. Not sure yet. Mark, as I was saying, so I do have boards, some pre-built Matthias Alps clone boards, which again, like I was saying, I love, but I think a lot of people, for some reason, a lot of people out there don't really like them. I love them. The reason why I would want to move them is because they're not in the layout that I like, but in terms of sound, in terms of just everything about it, it's just powerful. I love it. All right. I got to be more careful, don't I? I'm just like, it's not tipping over yet. So I'm like, at that point, it kind of started doing it. Let's reposition. We don't need to worry right now. Of course not. Of course not. All right, let's take off the G off this one too. The Viper's so interesting. The typing angle is like something crazy. I feel like it's like double digits. I've been using it lately, and to be honest, the thing that I don't like is not the typing angle. The thing I don't like is the switches. I actually do not like these cream stem tangerine housing switches. I actually think they're really awful. Alright, when the whole camera tips over and gives a keyboard love tap, then we need to work. I mean, the camera equipment is like far greater than the value of the keyboards, to be perfectly honest. Alright, gotta figure out the artisan to throw on here. What color artisan do you think goes well with beige sets? Like a red, a blue? What you guys think? Some it's like I also have to recall that some of these are not MX. Good question. It's a silver board. I have a yellow. I use this yellow every now and then. What y'all think about that yellow? How it matches? It's like mac and cheese. Alrighty. Excuse me. Just looking in here and seeing if I should throw anything else on. Should I go with red? I got this F2. This is an F2 yellow. I'll go with an F2 red or an F2 blue. I got the 3-pack. This is what, like 2013? Something crazy like that. Lucky enough to be there. Let's go with red. Red's gonna go look real good with GMK Red Alert. Just got in on that last night. Expires pretty soon, just about a week or so. How much more we got left here? Got about 6, 7 exposures. Speaking of red sets, did you see GMK Diet Cola? I have not yet seen that. I'm curious to. It's a good looking set. Here's my thing. I typically don't like two-tone sets. Beige is pretty tasteful for one. But a lot of them, I'm like, eh. But I'm curious. GMK Diet Soda. Crazy keycaps or crazy set names. Also got this Brobot. as well as a slightly different shade of red. I guess I'll just kind of use this as my, how does this look? Little wardrobe tester. Just FYI for anyone curious, got two lights here. This is like a cheapish soft box off Amazon. I took off, it's got like 2 layers of diffusion. I took off the top layer and I'm just pointing it up off the ceiling, like at an angle. Meanwhile, I have just like a white light bulb into an umbrella, but the inside is facing me. So those are the 2 lights. I mean, I have more lights that I could turn on, but it just kind of changed like sort of the way that the colors are in here. So that's what's going on. All right. So with all of that said, I am going to now, I'm going to take this off of this mini tripod because I just have myself way too worried at this stage. Okay. No longer tilted over. Throw this here. I actually haven't tried alter. I've only tried falter so far. Like, I kind of want to be able to do that a little bit at some point, a little bit later. I don't know if I'll have time tonight, but okay. Mini tripod causing too many wrestling in my Jimmy's moments. Oh man, it's been rough. Okay, as a joke, April Fool's set looks better than a lot of actual sets running. Crazy, man. All right, so I'm gonna go just use my hands. Just gonna use my hands now. Where'd I throw the... Am I crazy? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I feel like I definitely gotta learn how to see light. Because, quite frankly, it's like I throw these on, I don't know what I'm doing, right? It's just light. Now, with that said, what's cool is that depending on the type of film you shoot, there's like a lot of exposure latitude. So, like, just kind of will be able to... Sorry, give me a second. We'll kind of just be able to, like, readjust when we actually do the scan. So here's a very, very long shot. The problem here is 2 things. One is, what I could do, I could probably run the 85mm Nikon that I just haven't really used in a long while. It's like a 1.4 or something crazy. Just haven't really touched it in a very, very long time. Man, I kind of want something to like post up on here. Big brain stuff for sure, man. Alright, so these I've been slightly overexposing just because I know that the flash that this is trying to account for is bouncing in that direction. So we'll just kind of see. We'll see how these turn out. A couple more things I might want to do here. One is I might want to throw on another one of these caps because I realized I haven't. Oh shit. So I'm sad to say that I have a key puller that I've loved for the last 7-8 years, and it died. It died about a week ago, so I had to buy new ones. Let's throw on this green. I got a green robot. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a name that anyone's even familiar with. His name was Feng, F-E-N-G. And he had a store called Geek Keys. And there's a decently prominent store, you know, around that 2014-ish era. Just trying to get a good shot here. Alrighty. Warwicks. Hello and welcome. Just doing a little shooting. Some keyboard shots here. Got a couple of guys that want to shoot. Part of me is just debating. I kind of want to do that thing I mentioned. Grab another lens. Keyboard looks amazing. Thank you. This is a GAF 60. It ran around last summer. Boy, where is that lens that I never use anymore? Oh, there it is. GAF 60 ran last summer. I got some Telio V2 switches in there. Lubed and filmed. Balling out with that cap out finally. Yep. Shitty thing is I don't know where the hood. I think that's the hood, but using the hood on this lens is kind of a joke. I hate it. Tempest, welcome. Welcome. Just doing a little photo shoot. Oh shit, I never took off this cap. Oh wow, what a very, very interesting lens. It's been so long since I've used this. Oops. Damn, this is really rough having to throw these boards around. I grab the hood. Why the half measures, you know? Could just easily just do this. I'm also recalling that I think this is an attachment on this lens for which I no longer have one of these hoods anymore because I broke it during a show. So what what hood I once had is no longer in my possession, which is silly, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Gonna try to overexpose again because we do have this flash on. We're just doing everything with hands. Got a couple more, I think 1 or 2 more exposures on here. The sad thing about this, the minimum focal length is really, really long. The feed system on this and I guess similar boards, I'm not a huge fan of. Since it's not at the corners, like you almost have to like drop it in just the right spot. Not a big fan of that. All right, it's finally the end of this GC400 roll. Honestly, I shouldn't have spent that long on this, but I did, and here we are. Okay. 3 rolls in the books. We got 1 more roll of medium format goodness. Aren't we excited? Wow, that's crazy. $400? Okay. So we're gonna take the same shot. This is instead with an 80 millimeter lens, but in medium format. So we end up being able to get like way closer and have this level of distortion. And it's gonna be just a very interesting shot, series of shots for that matter. All right. Whew. I wonder how this is metered. The answer is I don't really know. Just kind of taking a look at what's on here. All right. I want to move this guy. I just put it on the floor. All right, so we do have a lot of latitude on here, so maybe I should just like try to focus and angle it at. That's interesting, the metering on this guy. And I'm also recognizing I don't have this plugged into anything, so none of the lighting can be seen. But it's all good. Realize I've gotten like almost 0 booty shots. So I haven't really been doing these guys justice, I feel like. Alrighty. Just getting all the angles here. I think we got this one already. Did we get this one? Shift this over a tiny bit. Ooh. All right. So we got about 6, 7 exposures dialed in so far. Whoa. Whoops. Sorry about that. I guess I've knocked one of these buttons. Maybe. Alright. So you know what? And to be perfectly honest about some of these keyboards that I've built is I find it very, very interesting that people actually like flex. I actually find that really incredible because I do not. Keyboards. All right. Trying to think now. It's the most. I mean, it could be flexing, but I make sure to call the maker out and say, hey, I like this. I don't know, I feel like there's definitely just been in general like this movement of like very deep enthusiasts who don't like brass plates, which I find incredibly interesting because I don't know, they're chill. All right, I think I'm gonna chill with the Viper for now. And I'm gonna go back to the gaff. I do have about half of a roll left. These rolls are quite a bit shorter. Ooh, Andy has a good idea. Make a keyboard out of flubber. I like that idea. Cherish and preserve the brass. All right, heavy underexposure due to this just being a darker keyboard. So my hands are definitely gonna shake doing this, but at the same time it's like I'm not willing to put a heavier camera on that little mini tripod. Just not willing. It just jumps from 15 to 8, doesn't it? There's definitely gonna be shake. Dorito. Love talking on brass, such quality, very wow. I think brass is chill, in all honesty. Now let's go with these backside ones. I mean, I could throw this on there. Fuck, I'll just do it. Typing with hard thock sounds keeps me hard. I know what you're saying. I get it. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw this on here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ensure that I kind of like keep some like hand leverage. Oh my god. Keep some hand leverage on the actual mini tripod itself. I just need something that's gonna make me not shake as much. I'm gonna shake no matter what, but the key is trying not to as much. Love a completely see-through PC or acrylic board though, or frosted. I have a fully transparent Switch Couture Alice that I've been meaning to build. Just haven't gotten to it yet. Where the fuck? Why do I just constantly forget where this little thing is? This ain't the first time. I was using this not too long ago. Oh, here it is. Okay, so here's my plan. I'm gonna move this guy here. I'm gonna move this guy as well. Here's what I'll do. My idea essentially is hold one side down with my hand and get all this nonsense out of the way. And then use the remote. Get these back angles. Back angle is important, of course. All right. Let's see how it exposes. All right, we're a little overexposed. Oh, good. All right. You know what I want to do? In fact, I want to throw the flash on. I want to throw the flash on because it's like, I don't think there is that. So you guys tell me, because I'm not quite certain. My understanding is like you could throw any flash on with a hot shoe. But obviously this is like a Nikon flash with what is likely going to be no integration. So like it might end up not doing exactly everything that you would want or expect. Now the key is, I think it's like I have to run a bunch of settings on this just to make sure I'm not doing the completely wrong thing. Now I have no clue how to set ISO on this flash. It's just saying ISO is 100, which is not true. Oh my goodness. Has to be TKL though, NK87, and that material would be a great example. It's like a fully clear board. It's always cool. I've always dreamed of having a very clear board, which reminds me, I never opened that package that the Cricket redeemed to open. But it's very much related, and I'd love to be able to show you guys that as soon as I'm gonna be finished with this guy. Realize I haven't really finished this. Or I haven't opened that, so. How the fuck? Okay, I don't. This is weird. All good. Oh, the Cricket, you're still here. We're gonna open it soon. I promise. Alright, I have no clue how to set ISO here, so we're just gonna hope for the best. Let's just see what happens. My concern here is that the type of shot that I'm trying to get is still gonna expose too dark. Good lord. Oh shit! Holy shit! I turned the stove on. I didn't burn myself, but I just noticed it got hot. So much genius on my part here. High level of genius. My goodness. And it's like, it shifted because it's one of those where it's like you could turn it in either direction. So if you go counterclockwise, you go from low to high. But if you immediately go like clockwise, you end up at the highest setting. I went on the highest setting. It went clockwise. All right. I recognize how silly this looks, but I'm just gonna do it anyways. It's like, at least it's still something I can pull against my body. I don't know how I managed to do literally anything, so welcome to the club. All right, because I don't know anything about what this flash is doing and how to actually use any settings outside of like an actual Nikon camera, I'm gonna not do that as much. That said, still got a number of shots to take here. See here, sorry. I'm just running autofocus right now. Just trying to guess. Let's try underexposing this guy just to see. Alright, we got about 3 exposures left. Thank you guys for bearing with me, shooting for about an hour and a half. Just trying to get what, like 24 plus 16 plus 42 shots. It's taking an hour and a half, and we didn't actually even start till the half-hour mark. Appreciate y'all. What else we got? Let's take a shot with one of the keycaps removed. I have liked taking off this G key. I don't know what you guys think. I have an affinity for taking off the G key, I guess. Switch it up, give the H key a yoink. Eh, that's good. I want to get a shot with the backside and let me baby my camera on top of this mini tripod that clearly can't support it. I also realized I didn't actually promo this stream everywhere that I possibly could have, but I'll do that after the shots, because at least at that point we'll be switching on to developing some photo film. a second. One more exposure. Let's go on this end right here. Last one, guys. Alrighty. We did it. Thank you all for your time and watching me struggle to do anything here that's made any sense. Alrighty. Let's get the keyboards back in order. I probably feel like I should also punch them or plug them back in. Very silly. Whoa. I realize you guys see the whole collection there. Alrighty. Gonna yoink these guys. Rebox them. I'm not gonna lie, I actually like non-artisan keys, like not using an artisan where the escape is. I actually quite like it. Using like a nice smooth little thing. All right, now what? Close this guy back up. We're gonna get this back into the cupboard here. I don't remember where it went. Let me look at my phone. Grab this. Do a little promo. Some brief promo. We got probably, a good solid amount of time here. Y'all be able to see everything. Okay. There's one guy, one important guy. Question is, what else do I need here that's important? We gotta get, grab some paper towels. Some paper towels, throw down these funnels. Oh shit. Oh shit. That was a thermometer. Let's retrieve these rolls of film. Damn, it's midnight, huh? Oh my goodness. Been going at it for some time, haven't we? Haven't we? Some time now. And it's just 3 a.m. where you are? That's crazy. I'm trying to do some promo and it's like midnight. You kidding me? Can you believe this guy? All right, got the photo. Gonna throw on some midnight promo. Give me a second. All right. Sent out the notification. We'll see whoever the hell is on to actually watch this. People are gonna be waking up 8 a.m., 9 a.m. seeing information about a stream that happened while they were asleep. You know how it goes. All right. First things first. Let's get the water running. Hugely wasteful, the amount of water you need for all of this. Meanwhile, the cricket, if you're still there, we're gonna open this. Open up this package here. Wherever the hell the opening is. Pull out the receipt very gently. You guys, I don't dox myself here. We got, what is the name of this? 67 gram Aqua King Everglide switches from Drop. Take a look at that. So I'm curious about these. These guys are completely transparent. I think I've been recently seeing more and more different variations of clear switches, clear, like fully transparent switches. I actually picked up some couple years old switches off RMM a little while ago and then never built them before I saw these. The ones I picked up were the only completely transparent switches I could find, which were a clicky switch. Now, I do not really like MX clickies that much. They're the only ones I could find that were transparent at the time. And then after that, but before I even built with them, I noticed Drop had this buy for linear fully transparent switches. That's what it is. Supposedly the best switches? Yes, sirree. Because they're clear? Alright. So, we're now getting the chemistry warmed up. This is very probably like close to end of life. I've put these mixed chemicals kind of through a lot, and they're old as shit. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Now, here's one thing. I have never actually opened up a roll of disposable film. So I'm gonna try to figure this out. I have no clue. It looks like this is like long expired. I see some little kind of like tabs here. I'm just wondering, like, can you just like pop it open, or? They have the best rating last time I checked on Theremin Goat's site. Really? Everglides? I've heard a lot about Hyperglides. Not much about Everglides. How the shit do you open this? I'm gonna rip this. I don't feel like I want to rip this sticker off. See if it exposes any more cracks in here. Part of me is like curious about whether the exposed, like the removed roll of film is actually just like a pretty typical roll of film. Or if it's like, am I just gonna like ruin the entirety of this film right away as soon as I crack it open? Like, I can see there are these little like locking tabs. I'm wondering, it's like, well, I feel like I've cracked something. So my question is, anyone have any clue on how to open a disposable? Let's Google it. All right. How to open a disposable camera. So, just FYI, I provide a service to develop film, which includes disposable rolls of film. I have never once opened up a disposable camera before. So that's kind of why I wanted to do this tonight. No one has used the service thus far other than Alex. Whoops, god damn. I want to change the brightness up. I don't know if you guys can see this very well. Oh shit, okay, so you gotta really get in there underneath the sticker. There we go. I see it. So there is a AAA battery in here. They said to remove it. Now the question is, I totally missed everything there. Which side is this in, and where did he go for it? On this side? I'm like missing it because I keep looking at my own. Uh-huh. Uh-huh, you're a tricky one, aren't you? Hey, hey! There it is. Hey, we did it. That is a regular ass roll of 35mm film. That's super sick. Now, what the hell you do with this? How do you dispose this? Is this like an electronic? People consider this an electronic and that's what you gotta do? Winner, winner. Alright, enough of this. Alrighty. There we go. There you have it. 3 rolls 35 and 1 roll of 120. The 1 roll of 120 always the bane of me. But we gotta do it. We gotta do it, right? That's what this is all about. Alright, I'm gonna clean off a lot of this stuff. I got a lot of junk on here. These cameras are just big and in the way. Junk, if you will. Junky. Whoop, whatever you want to call it. Alright, I just move some of this stuff out of the way here. Alright, I need to grab a couple of things now. I got the dark bag on the floor right now. Gonna grab a pair of scissors as well as my bottle opener, which is like always losing it every time. There we are. Gloves, where are my gloves? There they are. One second, a little more for me to do. Gotta get all prepped for this, because this is a whole thing. Starting 2 hours in. Alright. So, what's the situation? Here we got dark bag. Let's take a look at what's inside our tank. We got these 2 guys, which don't need to go into the dark bag. Take this top off. Let's take a look what's on here. We perfectly have exactly what we need. We got 1 guy for the 120, which is a little bit bigger. We got these 3 little guys for the 35. Since the 120 is always the hardest one, we're gonna do that one first. That way, after that, smooth sailing. Problem is that 120, I always struggle to get on these reels. In all honesty, sometimes I just go in, just try to do it, struggle, just get super frustrated. It's all part of the process. Alright, let's throw the scissors in just in case we need to. We zip up the double bag. Alright, so I'm gonna increase the ISO here so you guys can kind of see this a little better. So this is literally just a dark bag. It's a double zip bag. So I threw in all of my stuff in here because this is a light safe bag. Kind of is an alternative to a dark room. What you do is you then flip the bag over, and there are 2 armholes. So put these 2 gloves on. Oh, this glove is dying, man. Get my thumb right in there. First time I watch you do this, very interesting. I do this rarely. It's a lot to set up. Like, I'll just end up like working on the setup for like over an hour or two before stream starts, just trying to get things right. And that's kind of where we are now. So anyways, get the gloves on. Put our arms in the armholes, as you can see, with the elastic cuffs. And we're in here, and we just go at it. So, completely blind. Gotta just try to talk through it here. I'm now opening up what was safe roll of film, 120 film, and I'm removing the paper layer. Now, I've removed some of this paper layer, and I can feel the end of the film. So I'm gonna take this end of this film, and then I'm gonna throw it onto one of these reels. And as soon as I try to do this, I'm gonna fail really hard. Probably just get super angry and frustrated. But hey, it's like part of the process. Alright, not doing so bad so far. So far. Okay, slowly getting through it. Slowly getting through it. Lighting up the interesting, yes, lighting up the shot. He has a good angle. It's a while to get this to where it needs to be perfectly honest. Okay. Still getting through. We're doing good. We're doing real good. Ooh. Ooh. No hitches. Super rare. 0 hitches getting this 120 film onto this reel. Never happens. Literally never. I got to the end of the reel and it's just like, oh shit. Completely no hitch. There's times where like I'm working at this for like a good solid 20 minutes, but that was like all of one. So I'm like actually really shocked with myself right now. I may have found a better technique, but it also could be the film itself, lending it to kind of be a lot better. Eyeing down the path that he needs to take. He needs to execute the trajectory just perfectly. Pull off a miracle, and I did. We actually did it. I think that was like a record time of me getting the 120 film completely off the roll and onto the reel. I don't think I've ever done it any faster than that. That's fucking crazy. That's Pog right there. That is Pog. Alright. Let's take a look. So, light safe tank. We got one roll in there. Here we got the little sticker tab. Here is the actual... let's see here. I realize it's all bright. Here's the paper covering along with the end of the plastic reel there. We successfully got all the film off from this that was kind of covered by this paper roll and onto the plastic reel. Meanwhile, we got the scissors, which we didn't need, but now it's time to just go back into it. So here we have 3 rolls. So that was a roll of, what was that? That Portra 400 120. Here we have some Kodak 400, GC 400, I believe. Some Portra 835, and then that one that we sort of retrieved from that Fuji disposable, which was a lot easier than I thought and a lot cooler because I didn't even have to open it up or I opened it up, but like it just ends up being a regular roll of exposed film, which is super cool. Anyways, so what I'm gonna do is one by one, I'm gonna basically close and open this dark bag each of these 3 times. And there's a specific reasoning for this. So I'm gonna throw in here. Meanwhile, I'm gonna turn this heat down a little bit. Let's go to 112.5. Okay. So, one at a time, I'm gonna open this bag up and close it again, open it up, close it again. and open it up and close it again one more time to cover all 3 of these rolls. For those of you who might not have seen me do this before, there's a specific reason I do this, and it's that these plastic reels are highly sensitive to like moisture, and so it's just that, like, literally, like, if for example I start sweating, perspiring in some way, and it just kind of like floats onto this reel, it's gonna make it like nearly impossible to ratchet it and get the film onto the reel, just because the actual film is gonna like stick to the plastic before it can actually finish. So you get into this real crazy struggle. So let's see, I haven't opened anything yet, so let's re-brighten this all the way back up. Okay, so 35 is separately interesting. These film rolls, for anyone who may be familiar with shooting in 35mm rolls, is like these little metal rolls. You take this little bottle opener, and on the side that doesn't have this little prong, you just kind of like try to open it like a bottle cap, a beer bottle or whatever. From there, you can push out the little like reel sprocket part out, and then you'll actually start feeling the film. Here, ratcheting on 35mm film onto these reels is actually like way easier than 120. I typically dread doing 120, but somehow we did it with no hiccups or anything. So here I am now, easily ratcheting this 35mm film, 27 exposure roll, the Fuji. It's actually, I'm struggling with this more than 120. It's like a little bit of hitching, like a little bit of snags on the reel. Not 100% sure why, but it's working fine. We got to the end, so that's kind of all we needed. All right, so at the very end of the roll of film, it's kind of like attached. It's almost like taped on to the actual plastic portion. So I take a pair of scissors and just cut it off. And once that cutoff occurs, ratchet it a little bit more to get that end all the way through. Alrighty, so we're good. Open this guy back up. Light safe tank. Just completely in the dark right now. Just throw that reel into the center spoke. Close it back up. Wait for the click right there. And we are light safe. So, arms back out. It's a little warm in there. That's kind of why, like, I don't throw all 3 reels or all the reels and then all the rolls of film in there. Start perspiring, and then the reels kind of might get ruined a little bit. We're back out of there. There you have it. Bottle cap opened roll of film. Just like that. Throw that to the side. Meanwhile, we got the chemistry almost at a good place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the temperature a little more, just so that it doesn't go well over the prescribed 102 Fahrenheit. So, by the way, here's that end. It's not really taped on, it's more just like stuck on. It's like a mechanism to catch this at the end. So I just always just cut it at the end. So all good, all good. By the way, from the 120, there is a tape on the film to the paper. So I always just like stick it onto here so it doesn't get like super in the way of everything. Took it off. So next reel, next roll. So let's do the double zipper. Close this up again. Close this up again. Oh shit, I got to put in the bottle opener and the scissors, which I had just forgotten. Alrighty, there we go. So, I'll speak a little bit on what's happening with the chemicals. So, the critical thing here is for the liquid chemicals, or they call it the chemistry, to be at 102 degrees Fahrenheit. This is specifically for C41 color negative film. For color positive film, I've never done it before personally. I've never tried any chemistry for that, nor do I really know sort of the temperature readings for it. For black and white film, traditional black and white film, that can just be room temperature. But for C41 color negative film, those chemicals 102 degrees Fahrenheit, which I get up to speed using a sous vide. And you guys might have seen that when I was getting all of that water into that tub. So I use the sous vide. Never once have I used the sous vide for any food. I use the sous vide solely for photo chemicals. What I do is to get it to 102 degrees, I have it in a couple of these like plastic, like, what are these? Half-gallon jugs. These half-gallon jugs are the result of a mix of 2 kits. Not one, but 2 kits from Cinestill. I use the liquid version. There are many powdered variants out there, but I like the liquid because I get like less spots on my film. So I just finished ratcheting this guy in. So what I do is within these plastic containers, I fill up the sous vide tub with water, and I run it up to about 114 degrees Fahrenheit, because the heat has to travel in like to the liquid through some plastic, in the form of the plastic bottle. So what happens is just after, say, a few minutes, which is typically-ish the amount of time it takes for me to ratchet on all the film onto the reels, this can get close to about 100 degrees, which I can measure using a meat thermometer after I open up one of these plastic gallon jugs or half-gallon jugs. Just dunk that in there and then like watch the temperature rise. At 114, it gets to that about 100 degree mark, 101, 100 or so. And when I see that happen, I take the sous vide down to 108. Gets to 108. Maybe about 109, 108 or so. And whatever like little extra time it is in that heat, that I need to take care of sort of anything else. It's like it can get there a little bit more slowly as I wrap up sort of this setup. So that's kind of, I've done that here on the side a bit. So about 108, 108.5 is where it's kind of like good. You can kind of keep it at 102 through this particular plastic. All right, last roll. Got the roll of film, which I believe this is the Kodak Portra 800. Got my bottle, the bottle cap opener. Get that up and open. Here's the reel. Give me a second. Getting the film onto the reel. There we go. All right. You guys can't see it, but it's got a little ratcheting mechanism. And I'm just taking it straight off the roll. The film just slides right through. Just kind of rolls on. Much easier typically with 35 than it is with 120. And we have made it to the end. Take the scissors, snip that one last time. Do a little bit more ratcheting. Open the lid again and throw in the last roll in there. Close this up. And we are now light safe. Real good. Real good. So, here's our tank. Remove the dark bag from plain sight. A quick note. This is a combination. This guy right here is a combination bottle opener slash corkscrew. I don't drink. So the funny thing is, oh god. The funny thing about this guy is that since I don't drink, someone had to go and like drop by a Safeway to actually pick this up one night when people wanted to sort of drink at my place. They called it the single worst corkscrew they've ever seen. What I vaguely remember is that someone figured out. Oh, yeah, someone figured out this. This was the technique. You take this lid, or like the actual lid for the corkscrew, and then you put this in here. And then this becomes like your little thing. But they called it the worst corkscrew ever because they were just trying to use it like this. So yeah, they shat on me for not having a corkscrew, and then they shat on the corkscrew they ended up getting. So, and it turns out, like I learned from someone else that this is what you're supposed to do. Meanwhile, it never mattered to me because I've never had to use it for anything other than when you go like this, there's a little bottle opener like measure right here, which I use for photo film. So at the end of the day, it has some use. All right. We're gonna let that run just a little bit more as we sort of bring things here back into view. So I typically push a lot, like a lot. But we can kind of avoid doing that. I feel like sometimes I push so much it's to the detriment. I like it. It's given me a lot. Hey, what? Hey, Chris, is that you? Wise guy. It's been some time since I've seen that name. Vape Nathan. One tall Paterson tank. Yes, it is. 535s. I have right now in there 3 35s and 1 120. Chris, that is you. Chris, I hope you've been well, man. It's been a very long time. I feel like it's just still been a shade under 102, so I'm gonna let it run for a little bit while we get there. Good to hear from you, man. Vape Nathan, welcome to the stream. Yeah. So I think I probably could have left it at about 112 or so as it slowly got up to speed. Watched your keyboard thing the other night, enjoyed it. Hey, Thank you. Appreciate that. We spent the first hour and a half or so just shooting keyboards earlier tonight. So the last 2 keyboards I built, one was from last Saturday and the other one was from like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I was just shooting those on film. Yeah, and so we're finally just trying to develop that film along with a couple of extra rolls of film that we just had. I opened up my first disposable camera in just about forever. Or ever, really. It's like refusing to get to 102. It's like staying at a cool 101 point something. AK Unforgettable, hey mate, hey, welcome. Hey man, didn't know you did film too. I think the last time I was on your stream was when Chewy's rated rad as fuck. Thank you, I appreciate that. It's been a while, yeah. It's been a while. Yeah, Chewy's, that was a long while ago, huh? What you cooking? We're cooking some photo film chemicals. This thing refusing to get to 102. We're almost there. We're almost there. You shoot film too. I think it's cool. Like finally here getting a setup here where I can shoot, or like I can stream keyboard stuff. And what I do is this overhead camera is attached to this kitchen counter via this like monitor arm style camera arm, and so I swing it over onto my desk for keyboard streams, and I could just swing it back here for doing stuff in the kitchen. Black and white. This is color negative. So running the sous vide right now, trying to get the last like degree or half degree to where the chemicals are supposed to be. I've actually only done black and white once, and it was scary as shit. I think a lot of people might typically be scared of doing color, but it's like I just learned it, and it's like I learned it, I know it, and I can do it. But black and white just scares me. All right, let's see. I'm gonna grab this. I think I got this little pocket guide here that I just kind of keep around. So typically I go like +1, or sorry, +2. Like pushing 2 stops. But lately I've been trying to not go as crazy as that. And this chart's really interesting. Complete opposite, can do black and white but scared of color. Yeah, the thing is, I think most people are like that, especially considering like it makes sense because of the temperature. Yeah, I think like I'm kind of out of the ordinary here, just because. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know how well this can be seen, but right here it says a +2. You go to like 6 and I don't know, about 608, 610. But it's interesting because I've had other guides tell you to not even go that much for +2. All right, I'm getting impatient. We're gonna just run this now. All right, so this is telling us to go about 430. So here's what we're gonna do. Take this out. I'm just gonna pour this guy straight into the tank. No pre-rinse. I think what has fucked me over quite a lot in the last couple of years of developing my own film is the pre-rinse. So here I'm just taking it straight, the chemistry straight into the film. And we're gonna go for about 437 or so. So that timer's on. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna get this lid on. And typically what people do is they'll agitate it with the little stirrer, and then they'll agitate it by shaking it. I did that for years until I found this guy. This guy right here, game changer. This guy right here has just saved me a lot of stress since I got it. It's like a little auto agitator. It is a Cibachrome processing drum motor base. What I do is the weight of this sits on 4 wheels, as well as a small button that makes the wheels go. There's a little extra dial here, and I have no clue what the dial even really does. Fuck it, agitator 1000. Yeah, so I get to sit here and dick around for like the next however long. We got about 3 minutes on this timer. What we're gonna do, after that is pour all this back in. And then get the Blix. Where did I get this from? The agitator I got from, I just found it on eBay. I got it for about like 70 bucks, which may be an overpay. Maybe. But at the same time, it's like I so seldom saw it, and just like, I'll just get it. They make these like really professional Jabo rigs where it's like it's an agitator along with like a giant tank, so that like you can keep it like within like temperature controlled water as it's still spinning. But those like units are like, they can be up to like $2,000. So I'm just like, I'm good. By a little $70 base that might have been like, you know, 20 bucks in the 80s. Those things are monsters. Yeah, it's crazy. And it's just like, like on top of it being expensive, it's just like you need to dedicate a lot of counter space to it. All right, I realized I was running the heat on for a while on the Blix, so I'm just gonna take that out of heat. So we got about a minute and a half left. I'm gonna rotate it just so that like we can get some better consistency on both sides, both directions, orientations and such. Few things I can do while that's going on. Could clean up. So one thing you could do. Here we got this dark bag where we've done all the magic. Incredible not having to struggle that much. Color me shocked. Got this hook right here. Close that up. Still got this data vac here from when I was trying to blow dust off that last the gaff that I was shooting. I'm going to unplug and move this guy. It's just like a little micro USB cable for a little bit later, because I have right here, a light pad. All right, so we're going a little over time. I find that to be okay because typically I go pretty long anyways. Cacper, welcome to the stream. What are you making? I am developing some color negative film. I feel like this chemistry is pretty much done. This is getting very muddy. Very muddy. Alright, straight to it. Just dump this Blix right in. And we're gonna go for like 8 minutes. 8 minutes of pure fun. I realize you guys can't even see what I'm pouring in. Alright. Got enough Blix in there. Let's run it. 8-minute timer. We're good. So, this should stop all of the developer from continuing to like develop the film. Just getting this in sort of this ready state for the actual emulsion to be exposed to light. You're pouring in water. No, this is Blix. It's something called bleach and fix. Cacper film for switches. No. This is actual like photographic film, like color negative photographic film. A lot of people used to shoot film before the rise of digital in the late 90s and early 2000s. This was earlier in the stream. I was using my film cameras to shoot some keyboards that I had built in the last month or so. This is how desk keys films are made, actually. All right. So there you have it. Whoops. Put on this wrong lid. So I'm going to wash this lid out. I put the developer lid on the bleach, the Blix. Oops. The Blix bottle. So, sorry, Chris, I might not have answered your full question. This thing is called Blix. It's a mixture of a bleach and a photographic fixer. I don't know that I can explain it really like much more well than, more prominent figures in photography and science can. Say Google. Steven. This is a great surprise to see you here, and welcome. I have no idea where that's from. I imagine it's from somewhere. If you made that up, I would be very surprised. But welcome. Hoping that you were able to get your top shots. Mr. Top Shot. The man, Steven himself. Alright. Meanwhile, I'm gonna unplug the sous vide. Seriously, what are you doing here? Okay, so sorry, Chris. I realize I might not be very, very clear on what is happening. So I've shot some photo film. I have entered it into this light safe tank. Wait, do you use sous vide to develop film? In fact, I do. Yes. So I have entered in the photo film into this light safe tank. Meanwhile, I heated up some C41 color negative chemicals using this Anova sous vide. Has to be at about 102 degrees. And what happens is there's a specific sequence of what chemicals go into this tank at a given time that is completely safe to light. Ah, Chris was talking to Steven. So the first was the developer, which performs the action of developing, I guess. Next is a combination step because this is like a home kit. I think typically like professional processes have a bleach step and a fix step. Meanwhile, home kits will typically combine the bleach and the fixing into one step, into one chemical. And thus it's called Blix. So that's kind of what's going on in there right now, which also has to be in about the same range. Maybe about 100. So I think it's like 95 degrees to 105 degrees Celsius. Or sorry, Fahrenheit. And I'm just letting it run for about 8 minutes. I think I can go longer because these chemicals are about ready to die. So it's just like you want to be able to run it for longer so that you can get more like from the chemicals themselves because some of it might be expired. Yeah, this is about ready to go. I've been cleaning up. One of the things here is I'm pouring out this entire like tub of water just down the drain. Kind of because I recognize like the idea behind photo film is it is really wasteful in comparison to digital, and it's kind of like, you know, significantly less convenient. And incredibly, like, for that reason, like, just bad for the environment because of how much waste there is and what chemicals are being used. So it is just part of the process, and it's one thing that it's a very sad thing to think about. And it's a bummer. I do appreciate what film has to offer in terms of like sort of an artistic quality, sort of the hands-on portion of what you get. The sort of delayed gratification mentality. Just everything about it is great, but I think there's a bit that kind of has drawbacks. I think it's really cool what you can end up doing with film too, when it comes to like your ability to print very, very large, with little degradation in quality. So it's like, it's pretty sick. But the challenge of finding what you need and the challenge of sort of like the guilt of ecologically where it is tough. But we're doing it. Here we are. I think there's a lot of people interested. For anybody who's interested, anyone here can just hit that ! film command, and it'll take you to a Google form that I've set up for commissions in developing and scanning photo film. So if anyone's interested, I offer some highly competitive rates. Thank you guys both, Vinsanity and Nathan, for hitting that. I provide some what I believe are very highly competitive rates. So if you guys are interested in shooting, or if you know anyone who is interested in shooting film, even just disposables. I opened up my first disposable camera in some time, or just ever. And it was actually not that hard. $2 a roll is where I start. $2 a roll of film, and I'll do this for you. And I've been hearing recently that like to get a single like disposable camera developed is somewhere in the neighborhood of like 25 to 30 bucks. So any of y'all interested, check out that form. Steven, you're down? Do you just like the idea of a deal or what? What's the best disposable? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I was thinking, I'll be perfectly real here. This is something I want to do. Like, for the fact that I'm pricing mega low, I literally just want to do it. And so I've been trying to go and promo. I've been trying to tell people on stream here, I've run Instagram ads, and I've helped a couple of friends have helped me sort of just promo through Instagram. I'm not gonna lie here. I haven't got a single sign up. I think people are sort of weary about a service this cheap. But this is something I want to do. So my only thing here is that, like, there's a chance here that people are not interested because they're uncertain of the service that I am providing. There's also this chance here that people might not want this to be done on stream. Let's see. Oh, Chris has a couple questions. Do you do photo shoots, CB? Do you just shoot in general, dude? Yeah, I just shoot general stuff. I haven't had very many official professional shoots. They all kind of came before COVID, and COVID kind of just put everything on pause for me. I need a thermometer. So, I mean, it's chill, like, to be perfectly honest. Like, it's cool, like getting back to a point where I can sort of relax here. But, you know, here's some stuff that I do want to do. I want to be able to provide this service to people. Anybody interested enough to do it, I mean, here I am. Yeah, I think there are studies how people prefer something that's not the cheapest service. Yeah, that's probably very well true. All right, so I'm gonna run this timer for about 3 minutes. Whoops. 3 minutes. And alternatively, as this is going, I got to make sure that this is about, you know, under 105, about 95 to 105 degrees. And I'm pretty sure this is well over, so I'm gonna pour this out. What's gonna end up happening here is a lot of this stuff is gonna just come out colored, but we can also remove this lid. So that way we can kind of just like see it get to the top here. And so the idea here is, let me grab a couple more paper towels. I need to get in about 7 or so full tanks in and out to sort of like wash out like a final rinse, like a final water rinse of all of the chemicals from this. What was that? Is that number 3 so far? So yeah, I need to get about 7 in, or run it for 3 minutes. I like to just have a timer running while I get the 7 in. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, so the other thing I was thinking of here was I really actually wanted to start by doing something, because I'm literally just trying to, you know, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it here. I want to be able to do this on Twitch, and like I want to be able to sort of provide this content to people and show what this is all about. And I like streaming. That's true. Not getting a whole lot of signups. It's actually pretty much practically one so far, and it was a friend. And I think I got a couple of other friends who are gonna send over some film, but these Instagram ads have basically provided me nothing. So I think like it might behoove me better to like just buy disposables for other people. So Steven, if you're interested, I could work to go and get you a disposable. There's some disposable I was thinking about getting. There's a specific type of black and white film that is a non-traditional black and white that you can actually develop in color chemistry. And I know that that's like it's a little backwards thinking, because most people don't like actually developing color film, but I do, and I only know it better than black and white. I found out they actually make disposables for them, which is actually really cool. But yeah, if you go and search up any other service, it's like I feel like at the very least, I'm seeing people go for like $10 a roll. Tim Keyless, you'll develop my film. Tim, would you be interested? Tim, if I sent you a disposable, would you shoot with it and then send it back? Of course. Black and white. CW is interested in your photography, dude. Oh, Tim Keyless. Yeah, Tim Keyless in the house. Guys, welcome. Okay. Last little thing here. So that was the final water rinse, but there's one final chemical we gotta punch in. It is the stabilizer. I think one of, not its only, but one of its primary purposes is to make sure you don't have water streaks when it actually goes to dry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour this in here. And then for the first time throughout this whole process, I'm gonna finally use this this little plastic agitator. So this plastic agitator has these nubs, and what you do is you punch that in. I'm gonna set the timer. 45 seconds. And these nubs allow you to go through the center spoke and then just kind of twist around. So twist around for about 15 seconds or so. We're closing in pretty soon. Dude, that's such a good idea. What the fuck? Wait, what idea? Yeah, it's something like a photo flow, but for color. I think it's a little different. I think photo flow. I feel like the way that photo flow is described, in the context of black and white film, sounds more useful than stabilizer is for color. All right. Missed that? It's basically photo flow. Let's just go with that. All right. So this is all set. All this is good. So here's what we're gonna do. And I think it's just Tim's here. Tim is here. You should charge more money for your service. Get that money. I mean, I could. Like, and I mean, it probably just will make more sense to be perfectly honest. At the same time, I will contend here that I would rather have higher profile people do this for no money. I don't know if I'll say that. That's kind of a weird thing to say. I feel like that's not the way I wanted to describe that. Like, I would rather have more people like in the queue, knowing that like this is something that I can continuously do. Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm not higher profile people, but I'll do it. All right, so we got this guy out. Hey, a higher profile, that's not what I wanted to say. It was more that I wanted to be able to know that like I had like an ongoing backlog because enough people were interested. That's more, and so, cause like the thing is, oops. I want to keep the ball rolling. I want to keep the train going, you know? All right, check this out. We got this little light pad here. Let's go one by one. Gonna grab these guys right here, little binder clips. Little binder clips there in view. Wait, so you just want someone to take pictures and send you the film? Yeah. I feel like I haven't really... It's weird. I had some friends who were promoing it for me, right? And the silly thing is that, like, instead of reaching out back to me, they would reach out to those friends who promoed. I'm like, why didn't they just come to me? All right. Take a look. So the cool thing is that it actually turned out. Let's take this fully out here. So the very end here, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch lenses shortly. This is fortunately one roll that kind of didn't have much going, or like it didn't have much by way of what we've worked on today. All right, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go put this in here. You guys hopefully still able to hear me through this this wireless mic. So what I'm gonna do, just clip this. I have this little like hanging stand here in the bathroom. And I'm just putting some clips on. You guys can't see much, I know. I know. I'm trying to weigh these down, get these all right. Alrighty, what are we gonna do? We are going to, yeah, check out the link for y'all interested. But you know, I do have this kind of standing offer whereby it's been my plan. My plan was to reach out to just people who I know from the Twitch community. Sorry, people I know from the Twitch community who can kind of just see what it is that I'm doing. Oh shit. Just trying to get a little more traction than I have as I've started doing this a couple weeks back. A little more. Is this what I want? Let's try this out. Okay. Okay. So, as we continue. All right, so this was one of the rolls that we shot earlier in this stream. So these are keyboard shots from a little bit earlier. So just got like a nice little reveal here. And grab a couple more, hang them up. 2 more rolls. I'm really curious, to be perfectly honest, I'm really curious about this next one, the disposable. Because this disposable, I have no idea. Hey, Spelunk, what's going on? Welcome back, my guy. So this disposable I bought in like 2016, and it said it expired in 2018. And I just shot it not too long ago, and it actually does look like it turned out just a little bit. Would you look at that? Let's see if we can readjust this. Very cool. Very cool. Did not really know what to anticipate, but we're good. Very cool. Grab some of these binder clips. We got one last one. Clipping this on. All right, this last one is the 120 Portra 400 roll. And we shot this also earlier tonight. Let's take a look how we did. It's the start. Yeah, this is the start. It's the backside of the Viper. Got a bunch of these Viper shots. At some point, I think we switched to the gaff. So we're gonna get a scan stream soon. I'm not sure if it's gonna be tomorrow. It might be tomorrow. It'll probably be at the latest Monday. I gotta get the clips. Flipping this on here. Alrighty. So it is now on the rack to dry. Nice dono film looks cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. Just like to get that little reveal going on at the end. So yeah, there you kind of have it with all of what we've done tonight. These are the reels that I'll just need to clean. Likely do that after stream. So yeah, that's what's going on. I have this service. If anyone here who's on stream right now is actually seriously interested in taking me up on this offer, I've reached out to a couple folks in the keyboard community, just a couple so far, who said they would be interested in shooting some of this, like the disposables. Like I was gonna go and buy some disposables. Feel free to reach out to me on Discord. I'll hook it up. It may be some time. I'm just gonna hammer out all the details. Like I think, for example, can't order from B&H right now because it's Passover. So it's gonna be a while before I can actually get these on hand and be able to send things out. But if anyone's seriously interested in taking me up on taking up the offer that I have, feel free to reach out to me on Discord. AK Unforgettable, I appreciate you signing up for it. So I'll take a look at the deets. If anyone else otherwise knows people who are interested in getting their photo film developed, please let me know. Please let them know. Please let me know. Should all be good. Alrighty. What's your Discord at? It should be CGBuen5518. Alright, let's see who's on right now. There's a few folks. I'm wondering if there's anyone. Let's see. there anyone under makers? I realize I'm not even following the makers and crafting category. Let's see who's on right now. Any keyboard streamers anyone can see? Or by, you know, for that matter, are there any photo streamers? Anyone doing photography right now? I feel like there's not a whole lot of makers and crafting streams at the moment. I'm down for it once I get to shooting the portrait I've had for a while. I'll definitely hit you up. Okay, yeah. All right, let's just throw it this way. Anyone who's in here right now and has been speaking, reach out to me if you guys are interested in this. Other than that, let your friends know. And I'll be reaching out to more soon too. Guys, it's pretty late out here, about 1 a.m. where I am. Trying to look for folks we could raid. Let me know if you guys see any. I see somebody I've raided a little bit before. A couple of people I've raided before. Not a whole lot of folks on right now, huh? Please tell your friends. Gimme. All right. Okay, I see someone to raid. All right, guys. The film command, you guys all saw it already. Also, for anybody interested in joining the Discord server, hit that exclamation Discord command for updates for when I go live, exclusive content. I'm gonna probably post some of these photos once we get the scanning stream going. Discussions for all the different types of stuff that I do stream, voice chats, all that. Feel free to jump in. I would type it in, but I'm not near my keyboard right now. Also, bits and subs I send to the San Francisco Marin Food Bank. We had some really graciously large donations over the last 2 months, so I still got to get the donation for both February and March up. But if you hit that exclamation charity command, I also have a link directly for my donation page there. I usually just take all the bits and subs and just send it directly to that page. But if you guys want to go directly to that page and donate as well, Twitch won't take the cut. Get more bang for your buck. Write off on your taxes, all that. So as soon as I walk around, I'll hit those two commands. But guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. Appreciate you guys wanting to sort of watch this particular brand of content. I hope to do more of it soon. I hope to do more of it with some of you guys as well. So until next time, whenever it may be, we're going to do that scanning stream either tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday. Why are my rewards off? Which rewards? I should have many rewards on, I think and hope. By the way, Vape Nathan, thank you for the follow as well. Guys, until next time, good night here from San Francisco. We are going to be raiding Arcania. Night, guys.